What's up, guys? I told y'all I wasn't gonna lie. 2 videos in 1 week. I don't think I've done that since I started this YouTube grind again. But it feels good. Feeling productive. Even though I'm unemployed, I got nothing else to do, so might as well make some videos. But today, I don't really have a game plan about what we're gonna be talking about. In my first video, over a year and a half ago, I said that I was gonna talk about my baseball career, because that was pretty much my whole life until I was 18, 18 and a half years old. So I don't really know where to start out, but I played high school ball. I played at Braden River High School. It's in Bradenton, Florida. Played 4 years there. I was hurt my junior year, the whole entire junior year. I had a fracture in my growth plate, which really set me back as far as the recruitment process goes for college. But nonetheless, my senior year, I came back strong. I was throwing harder than ever, but the only problem was I was taking really an unhealthy amount of ibuprofen. It was prescribed, obviously. Kids, don't do drugs. It's bad. But ibuprofen it's just like a painkiller, basically, but it's not addicting. But if you take too much of it, it can mess with you, especially if you eat it or take it on an empty stomach. So I took enough of that to really make you go numb to the point. So there was a few games like after high school, before college, that I took like 4 or 5 800 milligram pills, and my body would almost go numb. And I still had shoulder problems at the time, and I was trying to make it to college, and it was really the only way I can keep playing. So like I'll give you one game for example. So it was in Fort Myers, Florida. It was 9 a.m. It was a perfect game tournament. And I was throwing anywhere. I'm a left-handed pitcher, by the way, but I was throwing anywhere from like 77 to like 80 miles an hour, which is kind of slow, especially for a prospect tournament where there's supposed to be scouts and whatnot. And at this time, I was already committed to go play at State College of Florida, which was the #1 junior college in the nation at the time, back in 2012. They have a very, very good accolades, a very good track record, and they've won many national championships as well as state championships. So it was a pretty prestigious honor to be able to get the chance to play there. But I'll get into that a little bit later. So this game, like I said, I was sitting about 77 to 80 miles an hour. The first inning, I took an ibuprofen pill. I was feeling, kind of bad, to be honest. Like my arm was hurting really bad. The pill hasn't kicked in yet. Third inning came along, same thing. I was starting to get a little bit better, and then for some reason, by the fourth inning, I think I topped out at 89 miles an hour in the fourth inning. And unfortunately, they didn't have a gun to confirm that with me. But every single one of my teammates, which I've pretty much grown up with playing with, we had a really good team that summer. But that's besides the point. So they knew what they were talking about. They all said I was sitting somewhere up in the upper 80s. I might even touch 90 once, which I doubt. But it was what it is. 90's huge. That's like professional ball level. So anyway, the ibuprofen kicked in, and it's weird because like I took, like I said, I took so much to the point where it would fuck with my stomach. Like I would take them at 9 a.m. I haven't eaten yet. I'm not a big breakfast guy. And it just made my whole entire arm go numb, and I was just slinging it, and like I shut out the other team. They couldn't really touch me. I was just rearing back and throwing everything, and it felt good, but it just wasn't worth it. So by the time I got to college, I was like 3 weeks in, like maybe 4 or 5 practices in. This was past orientation, past all that. So and the school was in my town, so it was good. So I kind of lived at home and all that, but like I was like third practice in. The coaches told us to take a bullpen about 75%, which is nothing crazy. Should be throwing about 65, 75 miles an hour, just get the blood flowing. And I heard something pop, and I went to the coach, and I don't know why, I was kind of too scared to tell him what was going on. I think I was scared to tell him that my arm was still having problems because he took the risk. He knew about my past with my arm. And he took the risk on me and let me play for the team anyway, just because I guess I had a good amount of talent to compete at that level. But I pretty much just told him for personal problems I did not want to play anymore. And that was honestly the biggest mistake of my life, because here we are, 4 years later, exactly 4 years later. I think 2 days from now, which will be the 28th, that will be the 4-year anniversary that I stopped playing ball. And I'm actually more into baseball now than I ever have in my entire life. It's really hard to explain why that is. I think it's because I don't have any coaches telling me what to do or how to play. So I actually go to the field sometimes still, and just hit around a little bit, take some batting practice with some friends, and throw it, to the best of my ability, because 4 years later it still does hurt. I never got a final say on what was wrong after I stopped playing for the last time, but I knew something was going on. But that's just a short story about what my baseball career was and what it turned out to be. I really appreciate a thumbs up on this video. I haven't actually cut it yet, but the 19-0 Overwatch gameplay, that's not something to leave a like over. I don't know what is. So appreciate y'all watching, and I will catch you guys later.
Yeah. House full of kilos, soul pounds of zeros. Cocaine my hero, you ain't fake side getting Debo. Always asking what the learner like. Young home still freeload. Don't fly around my signal. I'll rearrange your dinner. Don't fly around my signal. Don't fly around my signal. Don't fly around my signal. I'll rearrange.